Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, pandas. Welcome to my stream. I'm glad that you guys are here. Boy, oh boy, am I glad. Glad to be with you all again. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. We just finished the pre-market show. Always have a great time there. Day trading like a predator. Good morning, Major Dave. Good morning, Kevin Mack. Good morning, Watu. Good morning. Watu says, whatever happened to Michael Chin? Just stopped posting 2 years ago. Yeah, he got a cease and desist from Mac himself. It was a huge drama. So we have this continual joke here, talking about how great Michael Chin is, because it's pretty clear that he basically but basically like rehashed Mac's material and took it for his own, and yeah. Unfortunate. Curious to see what's gonna happen today. We could have like a uptrend the rest of the day, I'm not sure. Bernadette, good morning, day trading. Riley Cole is putting back videos back up. Yeah, I mean, you know, hopefully they learn their lesson that they don't like try to steal someone else's like one-for-one material. Kid Poker, good morning. FZen, good morning. Cube Gift, good morning. By the way, if you guys are just joining the stream, make sure you drop a GM in the chat. Also location. I love to hear where you guys are from. Mike Thompson, good morning from Colorado. Youssef, Morocco, good morning. All the way from Morocco. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like if I didn't know, if you didn't put your location, I wouldn't know this guy's from Morocco. That's incredible. That's crazy. That this guy's like halfway around the world, watching the stream with everyone else. With the same reason, same motive of joining as everyone else, to get some edutainment. PK Futures, good morning from Great Britain. Nasir Rahimi, salam alaikum. Good morning, guys. Damien Hughes says your channel isn't showing as live on my YouTube dash. I'm not sure why that is. This is as live as you can get. I mean, if this, you know, it would be more impressive if this wasn't live. That somehow pre-recorded the future. Now that is more amazing than actually being live. Let's reload this while we're waiting. Dan Robo, good morning from Australia. Watu from Toronto, thank you. Dan Robo, 11:20 at night. Whew. Where are you from, Dan? Sometimes I kind of wish that the regular trading hours was like at an off hour from where I'm from. Like I wouldn't even mind if it was like really extra early. Damien, good morning from the sticks. He's obviously like trying to be off the grid and doesn't even want to tell you which forest that he's in. I respect that. Vlad the Great, good morning. Watu's asking, do you know what happened to Michael Chin? Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe he turned into a panda and started live streaming. I have no idea. What do I have? Break a trend to new high, and that's all I have right now. It's a very strong uptrend in my opinion, but something interesting happens here, right? You have a break of trend to new low, so this could be a new uptrend here. The trap to the long side. It's a pretty steep trend. The reason why I say break a trend to new low here is because this is something that's unusual for continuation. Continuation, we should have broke the previous candle's high, or the previous high of the trend before the pullback, and we didn't. Instead, we reversed down. So this was a small downtrend actually, and this downtrend played out as a break a trend new low, and so now we have an uptrend here. But this whole like movement is not even it's not even two legs on the 10K chart. It's one leg down. Almost two legs, but it's just one leg down on the 10K chart. So 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart actually, price action looks very you know, it usually doesn't look like this in the pre-market where there's actual some movement. But according to the 5-minute chart, we're very close to yesterday's close. I'm getting all types of weird information right now. Something's wrong. This is not right. This is not right. Doesn't look right. That doesn't look right at all. The close was here. We had news, housing numbers. I mean, was it high impact? I mean, honestly, the news that I see, I don't see much that could really affect us, other than, according to my news plugin, 945 flash services PMI, potentially high impact. If this does turn to a larger uptrend, this is the trend. This is the channel. Good morning, guys. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. What can I say here? Uptrend, downtrend. I mean, look at the daily. Whew. Quite a big move down, but no follow through. So it could just be a small pullback on the daily chart right now. Hard to say. We gotta let the candle finish, and it hasn't really even begun. If we break the high, yesterday's high up here, then there is follow through on this strong bull bar, right? A small pullback, then follow through. Could lead to an uptrend. Hard to say, really. I mean, from the looks of it, looks like it's gonna go up right now. I mean, it's a strong bull bar right now forming, but it's within the entire range of yesterday's candle, so I don't really know. It could be a trading range day today. Could be another inside bar. It may depend on just the earnings. I mean, the earnings might just make this go crazy. I did reload. Can we get a chart check? I did reload. I think it's earnings season, isn't it? Yeah, it's earnings season. We got a bunch of earnings. It's kind of funny because I think I get most of my earnings like calendar using StockTwits. It's kind of sad. Yeah, like today we got Netflix coming out. Johnson. It's a couple big ones. Yesterday was Bank of America. A lot of financials yesterday. Tomorrow, Tesla. And this can cause some volatility, but we'll see. Benzinga. Richard Harris. Is my chart correct? His looks like Hello Kitty colors. All right. As long as it matches a couple of you guys, then I typically, if it's off, it's very hard to match because that means it's offset to some random tick, and that's probably more difficult to match with you guys than being off, right? Not matching with a couple. It's more of a confirmation that I believe my chart is okay.
5-minute trap.
Got a 5-minute trap.
5-minute trap.
All right, we got it. Market just opened. Let's get that bamboo. Hard to say. I mean, this could be a first breaker trend to new high. That could be the case. We do have the 10K chart, right? Two-legged pullback, two moves up, right? Two-legged move, really. Probably a more accurate way to describe that. We do have a two-legged move here for us. A, B, C. First breaker trend, doji bar. I'm a little hesitant just because, I mean, we had trading range, come back in trading range. I was a little hesitant coming off the 20 MA, but two-legged pullback. Nice move up on the uptrend. I was a little hesitant because I wasn't sure if this was a break of trend to new high, right? Basically creating, a major trend reversal setup. So I was thinking possibly, especially with this L4 setup here, that we can have a reversal. So, I mean, I missed a scalp, but it's all good. It's just the beginning of the day, pandas. Maybe a higher low setup I may be interested. Super teeny risk here. Okay, risk is larger. Right, that is a fail second entry long right now. Coming back to the 20 MA. Potential higher low setup here to keep going long. I kind of like it just because we're off the 20 MA and also off our trend, very close to our trend line here. Do not copy my trades. We're above the 20 MA here. Do not copy my trades. Ooh. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's what you gotta wait till it finishes. You gotta wait till it finishes. About 3-point risk here. Am I still looking to go long? If we close above this, nope, no longer interested in long. It's a strong move down. Ends up becoming a failed second entry long regardless. So we can maybe consider this as a first break of trend to new high. Or, I mean, looking at this reaction now, I mean, this is hard to say, right? Strong bear bar, but no follow through, just reversed. We could reverse here. And now we're back into our trend. We're back into our channel here. We are getting this higher low setup. I'll be very tempted to go long here. Very tempted to go long. The higher low setup. With a decent signal bar, I'll be interested in going long here. I'm gonna go in with a limit order. Get me in there. In this trade, higher low setup off the trend line. Thinking we're a continuous uptrend. Do not copy my trades. Higher low setup. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Let's go, baby. Scalping, 2 points. No runner. Higher low setup. H4 setup also. Coming off the 20 EMA and also our trend line. Potential move higher here. And again, this could have been our break of trend. Right, with a new break of trend to new high potentially here. I mean, seems like very high chance if we do break above the previous candle's high. I mean, now it's less of a chance, obviously. But double top potentially. Okay. Bouncing off the 20 MA here. Little hard to trade just because we're contained within this range. So even if it breaks above here and we're in an uptrend, you would have to be banking on a breakout of this trading range. Now, in a strong uptrend, that's more likely. But decent signal bar. No longer a good signal bar. The one thing that's concerning me, well, we're back to the bottom of this trading range. Basically double top, maybe opening reversal, and we might get a strong downtrend here. I'm not sure. This is getting a little confusing. Right now we're getting overlapping bars, and we're contained within this trading range. So if it breaks above here, barely enough room to the top of the trading range. Not sure if I can even scalp out there. But again, because if it's going with trend, then there's a chance that the chances are higher that the breakout will be successful to go up. Context is a 1 minute chart. If you want to know what chart I'm looking at, look at the top left corner and you can see what kind of chart I'm looking at. This is actually a 2000 tick chart. See, that's very interesting. We got a double top here now. So are we going to fade this breakout and try to come back up into the trading range? Or fade this breakdown? Two-legged move. Terrible signal bar to enter that if you were. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. 29 likes, 164 viewers. That hurts. That hurts, pandas. It's getting completely sideways. But in my opinion, this is going to break out. It's going to go up. Completely sideways though. But in my opinion, I feel like this is building up a lot of pressure to break to the upside. Higher lows here. Also above the 20 EMA. I almost would consider a higher low setup here if we get it. But again, it has the better setup is basically just wait for this to break out here and get a two leggy. And then that's your setup. All right, thinking of an uptrend. We're just in a strong uptrend right now. So we can be patient, wait for our setup. Ooh, that bounce off the 20 EMA. Whew, that's tempting to go long here. Getting a bounce of 20 EMA like that. But no setups. The higher low doesn't even trigger. This is tricky. Now we're coming back to the bottom of the trading range. Trading range indicator marking beautifully for us our trading range at the moment. Huh, how should I mean, when I'm reading this, what am I looking at? What am I, how does this look like? I mean, obviously sideways, choppiness, so sitting on my pause. But if I were to draw some trend lines here, you know, this is difficult. We could just say break a trend to new high, right? And now we may be on a downtrend now. But hard to say. I mean, if we're continually coming, right, as the 20 EMA is going up, bottom of the trading range, and then it comes right to the top of the trading range. Notice trading range indicator marked this trading range way back here. It started to form back here, and we started to be, right, the trading range indicator basically just says, hey, this choppiness here, this may turn to a trading range, and it starts to map it out until it breaks one way or another. I really want to get a setup if we can get it to break out, but again, as long as we're in this, inside this trading range, you don't really have a clear direction. The longer it is, the more 50-50 it becomes, right? There's a slight edge for this to break out, right, up, but as the trading range extends, it becomes more and more 50-50. Big push down. Right, that movement to the downside seems a bit aggressive. It's a two-legged move. A, B, C, but just within complete chop, it's hard to say, you know, what's going to happen here. $10,000 tick chart, a complete trading range as well. 10,000 tick. The trading range almost looks identical to the 2,000 tick chart. The 5-minute chart also developing trading range, huge wicks above it. Something's definitely wrong with my 5-minute. I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay, it needed a reload. All right, that looks better. My 5 minutes better. I got my price action back. Two-legged move, and it's just It's hard to say. Pandas, I'm just sitting on my pause here. Big push down. Fail second entry long. A strong bull bar ending on its low. Right, and we're making a new low. So we're expanding now. Right, we made a higher high and also a lower low. So that means it's an expanding pattern. Again, what that means, breakout mode. The market's trying to make a big move one way or another. Just waiting. Just waiting. I already got my scalp. My 2-point scalp. Higher low setup. Back to the top of the trading range. Hopefully you guys are doing well. A lot of you guys say bull trend day today, and a lot of you guys said only Michael Chin knows. It's true. He's the only one who knows what's going to happen. The very next tick, he knows exactly which way he's going to go. The second most popular option you guys chose was only Michael Chin knows. It just shows the seriousness of this community here and how serious we're taking this trading right now. You guys are great. Pandas. Got broads in Atlanta, tussen dope lead in the Fanta. Howardo asks, who is Michael Chin? How dare you not know who he is? It's offensive. Right, big push up, no follow through. In fact, it reverses, giving us more credence to go short here. But I mean, we're still pretty much within the range, right? This pivot low could be acting as a support. It's just hard to tell. I mean, you can take a risk here and go long and just hope that we come back to the top, and your risk is only about 3 points, but you're gaining about like a 10-point move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And yeah, I mean, you're only risking, right, about 2.5 points. There is a strategy right there if you wanted to do it. Draw this big trend line here. Seems to, for some reason, be reacting to this trend line still. on this larger move up, we have a first break of trend, or actually first break of trend to new high here. Expanding patterns are confusing. I think it's probably the most confusing one. Because sometimes you're just like, there's no way this can come back up to the top of this expanding pattern. And you just don't know. It could actually do it. And the way expanding patterns are created is higher highs and lower lows happening at the same time, right? Higher highs here and lower lows. So it's confusing. Another reason why I'm a little hesitant to go short is because on the 10,000 tick chart, we're still above the 20 MA. Still in the trading range. The 5-minute bouncing off the 20 MA. So this might look like it's, I mean, this move does not look very strong. There's a lot of pullbacks. This pullback is strong here. You shouldn't have a pullback this strong if this is an actual downtrend. But we'll see. We'll see. Hard to say. I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned, especially through Al Brooks, while trading, is that everything's a probability. Everything's a probability. And everything is a risk reward, right? Every trade can be calculated in those three things: risk, reward, and probability. And if you knew those three things for every trade, then in a sense, you can become a quote-unquote perfect trader. Not perfect as in you'll win every trade, but perfect as in you'll be a very profitable trader. As in, like, you'll know, like, you'll basically be like a trader who will enter a trade like with full confidence in every trade. Not because you think you're going to win, but because you know sooner or later you're going to be profitable. And yeah, but the hardest part, of course, is the probability, right? The probability is the biggest question mark in any trade, in my opinion. And it seemed impossible, but we hit the bottom of this expanding triangle, megaphone, whatever you want to call it, and now we're kind of coming back to the top of it. And it's amazing because you're just, when you're looking, you're like, there's no way this can go back up. And here we are. Potentially, we're halfway there. So that's why these are hard to trade, because you're thinking, okay, this will probably break down now. Look at this strong downtrend, right? Multiple legs down, but comes right back up. Any breakout pattern is difficult to trade at the breakout point because if you think about it, most breakouts fail. Most breakouts fail. Again, this is from Al Brooks and probabilities, right? If you have a good risk reward setup, your probabilities are going to be low. And so that means that if you trade breakouts and only breakouts, like, you're going to lose most of them, to be honest. But when you do win, you'll win huge. You'll win huge, right? And when you do lose, hopefully the losses are small. Because you know quickly if it's going to be failed, if it's going to fail or not. And so the idea is, it's a probability game. So there was a probability that this was going to break down and be successful, and there was a probability that it was going to fail. The higher chances actually it's going to fail and kind of come back up. You have a higher low setup here. I'm just sitting on my pause. I have no idea what's going on. I mean, this just looks like a couple hits here. Maybe looking for a new low. To me, like this like wedge kind of might have been the new low. It might basically try to create a double bottom of some sort. But we have a wedge here. 1, 2, 3 hits. Actually, yeah, it could be 3 hits or 4 hits. Depends on where you want to start the wedge. Wedge here, and also a mini wedge here. All right, smaller time frame. It kind of probably looks like this on the smaller time frame, just right here. So it's wedge here, mini wedge here. Right, reversing this. I may go long. If I get a trap, I may go long here. Richard Harris asked a good question. He says, why does the market go to poo-poo so quickly these days at open session? You know, the thing is, like, most of the action happened probably, like, you know, not even the regular session just immediately turned into this. Just absolutely terrible. And then, like, at the end of the day, like the last 30 minutes, you'll finally see a trend, which is basically what happened yesterday. You know, the entire day was just sideways trading. It was like painful to rip your fur out kind of trading. And finally, after hitting this trend line, bouncing off of it, it makes this move, big move down, like the last hour or two of the day. I may go long here, just because we've been so choppy. So I'm thinking no strong trends. And, you know, we're going to just come back to the problem is that not enough room to the top of this trading range to really scalp out. But going long here makes sense just because we have this expanding triangle and we're probably going to try to get back to the top of it. It's a hard trade though. I mean, we're clearly above the 20 MA as well. And I don't know. The one problem is I'm not exactly sure where our break of trend is. I mean, if I were to draw a trend line, it would look like something like this. This would be the first break of trend. So we're still looking for a new low. But I mean, maybe you can consider this. I don't know. Hard to say. 2 moves down. Yeah. I don't know. 4 pushes down. Hard to say. I just don't know. Maybe I'll sit on my pause here. Purely on the fact there's not enough room to the top of the trading range. But you can see that this is kind of curling upwards. So it kind of has like a bullish feel to it. And, you know, you might go long based off that. But in terms of market cycle, we're in the trading range and we're kind of getting to the top of the trading range. A little difficult, like we're still within, you know, these pivot highs. I have no idea. No idea what's happening. We're just hanging out. I'm not gonna lie. I binged Terminal List. I don't know if you guys seen that show, and I'm actually kind of surprised they're showing that on Amazon, knowing how, you know, liberal Amazon can be. And to me, it's not that really, you know, Terminal List is political at all, but it shows like the heart and spirit of America, and I loved it. I loved it, and I thought it was great. I liked how like realistic, I guess, quote unquote, how realistic it was. It seemed very like tactical and nothing super far-fetched other than, yeah. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it was I thought it was amazing. I was, yeah, that was kind of boring. In the beginning I was like, what is this? And then things picked up very quickly, and it was The thing is, like, Chris Pratt, every time I look at him, I can't help but see Andy Dwyer. It just makes me laugh. Star-Lord, Andy Dwyer, like, he's such a goofy guy. You could tell that, he's trying to be serious, and then there's just, like, flashes of him being really goofy. Just because that's just who he is. He just can't help it. And, yeah. So there's some moments you're just like, you can't take him seriously, but he did a great job. Awesome job. Terminal List. It's on Amazon Prime now. Alright, so like I mentioned, it seemed impossible. They're like, there's no way we're gonna come back up to the top of this wedge. And here we are. We hit the bottom, now back to the top. Uptrend. Tricky. I would have taken this trade if I knew exactly where my break of trend to new low was. But trying to draw this trend line, it was just difficult. I had no break of trend. Like, I could have drawn it here. There was no point where it really tried to break out. And yeah, so you can do an arbitrary break of trend here to new low, and then you can say the same thing for here, break a trend, new low. Like, then it's just at that point everything is a break of trend to new low. So I'm just sitting on my pause. It's a nice move up though. How crazy would it be, pandas? Just how crazy. The thing is, most likely this will actually be a breakout, because on the higher time frames we're above the 20 MA, and so we're seems like we're in an uptrend. 5-minute chart above the 20 MA, and so this could actually end up becoming a successful breakout that increases the chances of this actually keep going up and being a strong uptrend. But how crazy would it be, pandas, if we hit the top of this expanding pattern, it came all the way back down to the bottom? Because you're gonna say right now, there is no way we're gonna come back to the bottom of this expanding pattern. From the looks of it, doesn't seem possible, especially in this amount of time. We stay within this range. You say it's impossible, but if it happens, don't be surprised. I mean, if you watch the show, let me know what you guys think. That was great. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know the background behind casting Chris Pratt. I mean, honestly, I thought he was actually a really good person to use. No entries for us whatsoever. This is a hard one to enter. I mean, barely enough room to the top of the trading range, so maybe you could have taken it. Again, I was not really looking for a long trade here. I was looking more for, yeah, a retest of this low. Maybe a small retest at least, but none were given. No retests were given. Two-legged move, pandas. Is this our entry to go long here? Do we have a chance to go long? Well, for me, I'll say no, just because we're far away from any key area. There's no key area here for us. Like, even if we could, like, use this maybe pivot high, any type of support, we need some sort of support here to take this long, but there is no support to take this long. So even if it's a strong uptrend, it looks like, and we have a two-legged move, gotta skip it. Gotta skip it. A, B, C. Gotta skip it. Gotta wait till we come to our channel here or trend line at least. At least. So even this makes a point or scalp, I don't even care. Just because it's not an entry for me. It's like being mad that I didn't go like I don't know, I didn't go long right here at the close of this bar. I should have gone long right there. Or, you know, being mad that I didn't go, you know, like I should just go short right here. Like, no, I don't know. It's random. Too random for me. I don't feel bad missing a scalp here because the setup was not good. So even if it makes a scalp, it does not make it a good trade, in my opinion. Even if you went long there and you're able to scalp out, which by the way is a perfect scalp at the moment, and yep, it's a perfect 2-point scalp at the moment. So you may not have been filled yet. Could reverse here, I'm not sure. But even if it does make your scalp, doesn't matter. A bad setup is a bad setup. A bad trade still a bad trade, even if it works. Because if you think long term, if you keep taking that trade, you will lose. You will lose. You will lose. In fact, one of the worst things that's gonna happen to you is being making money on bad trades, because you start to build this weird confidence based on, you know, on something bad, really, on bad habits. So it's just like that's actually hurts you, in my opinion. We do end up getting that scalp on the two-legged move. Moving on though. $10,000 tick chart. Let's see what happens here. We have an outside bar reversal. Actually, yeah, outside bar reversal on 10,000 tick. Kind of funny. Outside bar reversal. So this is actually a two-legged move on 10,000 tick chart. A, B, C. It's a two-legged move. Might come back into our trading range, back to the 20 EMA here. Starting to develop a small trading range here. The market's trying to decide: are we going to break out of this wedge, or are we going to break out of this triangle, expanding triangle, or are we going to come back down? Market's trying to decide. Tom Reddington with his puns or wordplay, whatever you want to call it. He calls it making money on a bad setup is called clownfidence. Clownfidence. It's a little forced. It's a little forced, but I'll give credit where A for effort. Now we're coming back to some points of support. How crazy would it be, pandas, if we came back down the bottom of this wedge? This is why wedges are bottom of this expanding triangle. This is why these are hard to trade, because you don't know if it's gonna be a breakout or if it's going to reverse. $10,000 tick chart actually triggers that second entry short, coming back into the trading range. 5 minute, what does it look like? 5 minutes hard to discern what's really happening. We do have a strong bull bar, no follow through. I don't know. This is hard to say what's happening here. inside bar, right? Outside, inside bar, OI pattern. Again, breakout mode. On a smaller time frame, it's just a triangle. People put orders, stop orders, one tick above here, one tick above here, and they'll scalp out just like that. Scalp out, they're done with that trade. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Yeah, D-Social, if it looks different, try to reload your historical charts. If it doesn't match still, then it might be something else. If your 2000 tick chart does not look exactly like mine, then reload your historical. Because some people have matched and confirmed. But yeah. Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining, man. Vlad the Great, BNZNB, Howardo, Mark Landonwich, Kellyanne, Yusuf, Nasir, Shidolo, Forex, Steve Crew. Thanks, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Are we looking for a break a trend to new high? At least retest this high? I probably would wait for that, for a reversal at this point. I think it's a little too hard to trade just a two-legged here, especially when we're above the 20 MA like this already. Break a trend, potential new high here, or at least a test of a new high. It's a higher low setup, actually, right? This is a two-legged move. A, B, C. Higher low setup, maybe coming back into the trading range. The one thing I don't like about it is the first leg dips below the 20 MA, and the second leg is above the 20 MA. So a little tricky for me, but at this market, at this trend right now, most likely will try to make a new high. So you have potential to scalp out here. Signal bar is decent as well. The only trade I'll take here is a trap to the long side. Nasir Rahimi asks, who's going to take this long? Whoever took it, congrats. You're able to almost scalp out. It's a perfect scalp right now. So you made exactly 2 points. Right, retested as high, creating a double top on essentially a wedge here. but also top of the expanding triangle. Always in long, most likely now. Big move up. Surprise bar, right? Always in long, most likely follow through. So these are, you know, signs that we're breaking out of this expansion, right? Made that new high. I feel like we're in a strong uptrend, but we do have a clear breakout trend to new high here. Just cannot happen. I need enough room to this trend line, in my opinion. That trap fails. It's not a good sign for the bulls. Right, if you enter long there, you're expecting to keep going up, but now you're sweating. Yeah, thoughts and prayers to whoever went long here on this trap, right? Not close to 20 MA. Also hitting the top of this trend line. Do I want a two-leggy though? Do I want to take this second entry long is the question. In my opinion, I cannot take it. I gotta take a failed second entry long here. Just because this is a breaker trend to new high, and we're coming back to the 20 MA. And we're also hitting the wedge here. So I gotta look for a short trade here, pandas. And for those who go long, thoughts and prayers to you. But I'm looking forward to reversal here. Even though we've been in an uptrend for a long time. A 10,000 tick chart clearly above the 20 MA the entire time. 5-minute chart also clearly above the 20 MA. So it seems to suggest we are in an uptrend. But with this pattern here coming off the top of a resistance and bouncing off of it like that with a failed trap, I gotta look for a failed second entry long. Not a second entry long. So I'm actually trying to go short here. Do not copy my trades. I may even want to take it with the inside bar. Inside bar or micro double top even. It's enough for me. Did not copy my trades. I actually wanted to go in right there, but market didn't give me my setup. That's a scalp right there. Easy scalp. Pandas. The trigger on your chart, I'm actually upset. It didn't trigger on mine. Oh man, no way. Okay, I'm reloading. So if that actually triggered after my reload, then I've been off for a little bit, because that's actually frustrating. I was looking for that trade for a long time. It didn't give it to me. It triggered on like at least 2 people, as it says. 3 people. Ugh. Pandas, what's wrong with my charts? All right. Something's wrong. Let me see if my reload will give me that trigger, because that's actually upsetting. Oh my. Oh man. That is God's will. What can you do about that? There's nothing. I just, you know, what can you do? What can you do? It is what it is. It triggered. It didn't trigger. After I reloaded it, it became a little more accurate and actually got a trigger. For some reason, it wasn't doing that. Apparently, I wasn't, my chart wasn't the same. I tried to listen to you guys. I should have listened to you guys. The thing is, I already reloaded it earlier on. If you look in the stream, I reloaded in the beginning, and a couple people confirmed. But maybe sometime during the stream, it started to get off. I don't know, but that's frustrating. Is a two-legged pullback off key area is actually 90% win? Yes. I would say 80 to 90% probability. The reason being is because your risk reward is bad. Your risk reward is bad. If you're scalping at 1 point but risking about 4 points, you gotta have about an 80 to 90% win rate to even be profitable. So the setup has to be about 80 to 90%. And I'm doing that in reverse, right? I'm doing that like because of the risk reward is so bad, the probability is actually higher, right? Like if you're just trying to get like 1 tick, and you're willing to lose 20 ticks, it's like that's a high probability trade, very high probability. And basically, you just kind of scale that down and go the other way. And basically, it's just that's how it works. I was very patient for my setup, and it finally happened, and I just didn't pull the trigger. We're getting a higher low setup though. Very interesting. Higher low setup off of our trend line here, and it would be above the 20 MA as well. I don't like the fact it dipped below this trend line actually. Also, I didn't like the fact that it bounced off so nicely off our wedge here. Basically a triangle. And it could come back to the bottom of this expanding triangle. Like, it's an actual possibility here. I would consider this a good time to use this. Man, I don't know why this doesn't work. Something's wrong. Gotta do it twice. Semi on tilt right now. Actually becomes a higher low second entry long. Do I like it? Not really. Not really. Maybe this is first break of trend looking for new high now, but I would probably consider this as a first break of trend to new high. Am I looking for a long trade right now? I don't know. It ends up giving you a scalp above the 20 MA off our trend line as well. That's a little difficult because I thought we were in a downtrend. I felt like we were in a downtrend at this moment. Right? Break of trend, maybe looking for a new low. Something like that. But apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently it's not. Currently double top. But with a strong move like this, most likely make a new high. Made a new high. Yeah, I mean, I don't like that trade. It's a terrible signal bar. It's starting to get choppy. It's a little difficult. At this point, you're not sure if it's looking for a new low. You do have that reversal trigger here, so it's just a little confusing. Didn't like that trade. It could be like a clear uptrend, and I should be looking for longs no matter what. Is it a clear uptrend? I mean, it is an uptrend for sure. Higher highs, higher lows. tricky. You know, it looks like this pattern here. Again, like it goes beneath the 20 MA and then it goes long above it, right? By definition, that means it's going in and out of the 20 MA, which is a time, which is a characteristic of choppiness, not necessarily strong trend, but this one works out to the upside. Sitting on my pause. Vincent Diaz. Diaz. Thanks for becoming a panda. Appreciate the support. Enjoy your two-legged pullback badge as it forms over time. Enjoy your green name. Enjoy your panda emoticons. And enjoy access to the pre-market show where you can get access to it by going to the channel and going to the members tab, and you get exclusive content there. Mainly the pre-market show, where literally you can see all my Apex accounts. You can see them all. There's nothing to hide. Pandas, give Vincent a warm welcome here. Throw your panda emoticons up. Potential trap, right? Potential fail second entry short here, but I don't know. I'm not looking. I don't know if I want to go long here. It looks like it's coiling up, and it looks very. It looks like it can break up or break down here at any moment, and it's a little scary. Basically, $1.25 a week. And that's what you're giving me. And I always consider it as a nice coffee donation for me and Mrs. Panda. And we're able to, you doing that basically invests in us. Hopefully produces a better stream. Maybe I'm being foolish and this is clearly uptrend. I should do anything that goes long, but I'm gonna stick to the rules here. Far away from 20 May. Top of resistance, but we are continue to make new highs here. Someone told me the spiking channel. Ooh, you know what? I'll mark that. Not very helpful in terms of exactly where we are right now, but I'll take that spike in channel. It's a little wonky, to be honest. The higher time frame, it makes a little more sense. Maybe spike. The thing is, it's weird because it's a spike and then it started to pull back and consolidate and then break out again. So it almost just looks like this is its own trend at this point. This is crazy. My chart looks crazy. I cannot see what's going on. There's too many lines. It's too much noise. Strong move up. I don't know. I just don't know if that was a high probability trade right here that I would like. Close to 20 MA, but not really there. And honestly, that wedge, we have a wedge here. Continues to work up, but I mean, it looks like it's a clear uptrend, and I should be looking for some sort of long trade here. It's late in trend, and this is why it becomes difficult to trade this kind of trend like this, because by the time you get a setup, you're so late in trend, you're thinking maybe this is a reversal, and you get stopped out. Don't know what to say. This was a setup, but yeah, I don't know if I wanted it. I didn't like it. Anything long is kind of making money right now, though. So that's a good sign to know. You know, that's something good to know if you're trying to decide which way to go. Almost everything long is making some money. Pandas. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Do appreciate your support. Maybe I should have considered this an uptrend because we had a spot where we should have reversed. It does trigger, but that actually fails to reverse, right? No follow through and reverses the other way. So maybe I should not consider this as part of my bigger trend here. And we're just going up. Maybe I should consider that maybe we're uptrend after that start to fail. When this failed and started to reverse, I should have started to see this as an continued uptrend. Potentially, that's maybe a way I could have read that, but difficult at the time. By the way, if you guys are new here, I'm Buy My Money. Welcome to my channel. Seriously, you guys are awesome. We trade 100% risk-free here, and we use Apex funded traders. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a prop firm. Basically, you trade risk-free, and you do so by being able, if you can pass their evaluation. And the reason why you choose Apex is because it has there are so many prop firms out there. All of them have some weird rules that I end up actually feel like sometimes hurting the user, the trader. But the way the Apex setup is real simple, plain and simple, and the trader has the freedom to choose what he wants to do. The only thing that they have are things like you have a minimum amount of trading days that you have to reach, which I think helps the trader instead of rushing the trader like as some other prop firms do. They rush them. Right? They say you have like a max 10 days to pass this, which installs bad habits and doesn't really prove anything. But yeah, if you have minimum 10 days, then what they're trying to see if can you be consistently profitable for a long time, not trying to rush to get to a certain profit, but can you get there eventually? And yeah, I just think that's a better way to, I like the philosophy a lot better. Apex has a trailing threshold. I'm at a point where I'm like, should I just go long? Should I just go long this next strat? Should I just do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? No, I'm not gonna do it, pandas. I'm gonna stick to the plan. Right, this is part of trading where you just stare at charts for an hour straight doing nothing, convincing yourself to not trade when it's an obvious uptrend. Well, hindsight bias is 2020, but Odie asks, you pay commissions? Yeah, you keep 90% of your earnings, which is a lot. 90% is a lot. And not only that, you get to keep the first 10,000. So, you know. I'm going to be eating some food, so I'll be muted. Michael Chin is in the house. Welcome, Michael Chin. Guys, you guys are in the presence of greatness at this moment. Michael Chin. How? The chin is in. Let's go, baby. We're so glad that you made it to the stream. You have no idea how happy we are. Guys, this is... Before I go any further, this guy is definitely not Michael Chin. I'll just say that right now. But thanks for joining. Should we take a two-leggy here? Sure, I'll take one. A, B, C, if we can get one. Offer a trend line, also off the 20 May. Sam Durr, how dare you? How dare you call Chin and V Wilson frauds? You're a fraud. I might as well just lifetime ban you forever. All I know is that there's only one person doing this live. And this person is not even a person. It's a panda. Too leggy here. It's probably really too late in trend at this point to go long. But yeah. I mean, if we had a failed breakdown here, I might consider it. I'd be more enticed, but it's not enough room to the top of that candle. Not enough room. It's a higher low, second entry long though, in an uptrend. Connor Shaw asks, are you only trading two-legged pullbacks and second entry longs right now? Yes. I'm deciding if I want to take this one. Deciding if I want to take the second entry long here. The only problem is not enough room to the top. And terrible signal bar at the moment. Starting to go a little sideways. You can tell there's a trading range here, marked by the trading range indicator. So not enough room to the top of it. I'm going to miss this one, and unfortunately, it's going to be one that's going to work most likely. You know, there's always a probability that these are going to work, and especially for an uptrend and off the 20 EMA like that. But the probability that it might not work is there, so I am skipping this trade. And the reason why is because you have to be super precise if you want to scalp. If you're a scalper, you have to be very precise because your risk is typically pretty bad. Second entry long does trigger. Sitting on my pause. I'm going to be a good little panda today and not take that trade, even though I'll be super tempted to because I'm streaming and I want to get some trades for you guys. But the trading range here, starting to mark the trading range. It's a two-legged move and it's late in trend. I know it's a two-legged move. It's a higher low second entry long as well, but it's not enough from the top of that trading range. And even if it does make a point, I'm just going to have to miss it and move on. Honestly, I would like the better if it actually came down to our trend line and kind of did like a failed breakdown of this trading range. I'd be more enticed actually to go long, which is seems a little counterintuitive. Like I want to go long if it actually pushes down harder, but that's what I want. Oh, that's what I want. That's a better setup in my opinion, because at least we'll be coming back into our trading range instead of trading near the top of it. Right, the 20 EMA is rising, and so you do have credence to go long and thinking we can continue to make new highs right here. Why not? But the thing is that there's a chance that it might not work out. So I'm sitting on my, for that reason, I'm sitting on my pause. So if this trigger is short here, that's pretty hard. Micro double bottom. I mean, all of this, you can still get in the trade if you want to. If you still think this can go up, this is all retracement, you can still get in at any moment. In fact, you can get it at a better price for the scalp. We're still clearly above the 20 EMA here. I would be sweating if I was in this trade long, wondering why did I enter this trade when I knew the trading range indicator was giving me the top here. That's what I would be wondering if I was in this trade right now, saying I should just waited till we hit this trend line at least. Connor Shaw, nope, they're pretty much the same thing. He asks, have I changed my strategy from the videos from 2 years ago? Strategy is actually pretty much exactly the same. Big push up. More chance to get your scalp. So congratulations for those who took that trade. You were able to get a perfect scalp. Probably looking for a new high here. There was reasons why I didn't want to enter that. You know, it is what it is. It makes a point. You know, I felt like we're at the top of a trading range, of top of chop, and I'm not really interested in that. So, yes, very close to yesterday's high, which is this blue line. Even in an uptrend, if you have a two-legged like this late in trend sometimes can fail and then go your way, which is annoying, but it does happen. It's actually a perfect scalp, so you actually may not have been filled. Hopefully you will be filled, but you know, if you're in that trade, but it's tricky. You know, top of the trading range. Yeah, it's just not a trade I like. We have a trap trade now. Fails to enter short. Actually, a better setup to go long here, but again, we have all of this resistance here. These pivots here, all resistance. Outside bar reversal. You do finally get your scalp here, 2-point scalp. I'm okay missing all this, pandas. I'm really okay. I mean, I already got my 2-pointer. I already got my scalp. I'm happy for today. I know it looks like a little. It looks like a little, but that's not the point. It's all about being profitable. When you get multiple funded accounts, it's not about how much money you can make in a day, really. It's about being consistently profitable, and I'm happy. I'm happy. 242 users, 97 likes. Come on, pandas. You can do better than that. Make sure you scalp that like button. William Surveys asks, why do you get filled sometimes when price hits your order? Why do you not get filled? Because it's a queue. It's a queue. First come, first in, first out. So those who place their order before you will get filled before you, and so you just don't know where you are in that chain. So that's why usually when we enter in any trade, you want to have an ATM that hits that it's exactly at your profit target, because you want to be in a place, you want to be early in the queue. And so if you move that order, then you lose your place in that queue. And so that's why you want to set up your ATM so it's exactly like it's exactly where you want it to be. And yeah, I know Thomas Wade. I don't know, I don't know, his ATMs are a little, you know, off every time. I don't know why he doesn't make it exactly how it should be, just because of that fact. Turtle says, I feel like I can make 100 a day, but target is 200 because I only have one account. Yeah. I mean, imagine if you had 2 accounts. Imagine if you had 4 accounts. Then you only need to make $50 a day. You just need a 1-point scalp every single day. Dial Low says, Panda, should I aim for 1 point or 2 point scalp? It really depends on your risk. I've been getting 2 points recently because of the risk of these candles have been too large in the last couple days. You know, if you're risking 4 to 5 points on every trade, you know, more than 4 to 5 points, then it's like you gotta go for more than 1 point, because when you lose, it's gonna be just too detrimental. SW Blaze says, however, Apex is using some kind of algo. It's not Apex. It's a Rhythmic. Rhythmic is shared by a lot of people. A lot of prop firms use Rhythmic. Emmanuel Martinez as 10K subs giveaway. Maybe. I mean, I don't know how to like transfer an account, but all right, we're grinding up, Hannes. Turtle Toes, I mean, if you've been break even for a long time, that's actually awesome news, because that's the first step of becoming profitable. You need to get through a phase of being break even. Carrie says, Panda, the ATR right now is about 2. Should you still go for 2 points? That's a good question. I don't really change it right now, but for that really depends on you. I'm going for 2 points. Sometimes I go for 1 point if I feel like you know, the risk is like it's just good enough for 1 point. The funny thing is, the higher the probability of the trade, the smaller the reward you should actually get, which is kind of funny. Counterintuitive again. Big push up. All right, I'm missing all of this, so I will see you guys tomorrow bright and early. And tomorrow is Whiskey Wednesday, so make sure you guys scalp that like button. And Panda, is always amazing to trade with everyone here. I love this community. I love you guys, and it's just such a delight to be here. So hopefully you guys will come back tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then. And yeah, I do appreciate it. So trade safe, everyone, and as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.